And the first thing I'm going to do is go to Users. And you can see that we're not provisioning anyone right now. And the reason we're not provisioning anyone is because I haven't assigned this application to anyone. I haven't assigned the application to anyone in the Access tab, so to a specific role. And I haven't assigned it to anybody specifically by going to Users, All Users, and then assigning it to an individual. I think the best way to approach this is always to assign it to a test role and have test users or a test user in that test role. So that's what I've already done. I've created a test user. I've assigned them to the test role. And so by assigning this app to the test role, we will begin the provisioning process with test user. So I'll go up here and I'll click on Save. And just remember on the provisioning tab, creating a user is going to create a task for us to approve in OneLogin to ensure that we're creating the right user. So in order to make sure that the right user is being created, I'm going to head over to Users. And you can see the test user is in a pending state. And so that means this user needs to be approved. And in order to approve this user, I'm going to head up to Users and then Provisioning. And here is Create Test User in Syncplicity. So we'll click on this task. And you can see that the first thing we need to do is approve them. So I'm going to approve them. And I'm going to quickly head back to Company Apps and Syncplicity. And then I'm going to head over to Users. And it says Pending. And that task is to provision this user with the group. And the group is an update. So that creates another task. So if we head back to Users now and Provisioning, so we'll click on this Update task. And you can see that now, because we've created the user, the next task is to provision that user to the entitlement employee guides, because test user contains HR in the department field on that user. So we're going to click on Approve. And that was completed successfully. So now we're going to head up to Apps and then Company Apps. And we're almost done testing. So one of the last things we're going to do is test that delete. So we'll go to Users, and we'll see this user is now in a completely provisioned state. What we're going to do is now head on over to the Access tab, and I'm going to uncheck this box now. And this is going to delete the user. So I'm going to click on Save. We remove the app from the user. So now if we go to Users and Provisioning, we should see a delete test user, and here it is, delete test user in Syncplicity. So we're going to click on that and then click on Approve. And so that was completed successfully. So we have now tested create, delete, and update user, which all worked correctly. So we'll go to Apps, Company Apps, head down to Syncplicity. And the best thing to do at this point after you've tested it is to uncheck these boxes. A quick reminder, if you have pending tasks that you have not approved or skipped, then you will need to approve or skip them, because unchecking these boxes and clicking Save doesn't approve or skip them for you. That's still a decision you have to make, okay? It's not retroactive in that respect. So click on Save.